Hey everyone, so today in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this front facing and side profile mannequins. Here is an example of them with two of my wigs that I've already created, so if you're interested in learning how I did this, please keep watching. To get started, I'm here on Procreate and I'm going to press the plus sign on the top right corner, and then I'm going to go down to where it says square and it imports you with this white background. You can press your layers and go to background color and change it to whatever you want. So to get started, I'm going to press the wrench in the top left corner and then insert a photo. This is an example from my summer collection. This is a wig that I made and this is the mannequin in the back. It's the face with nothing on it. Basically, I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to take this out and then go back to the wrench, insert a photo, insert my friend's photo here. It's front facing. So I'm going to zoom in, and then what you have to do is erase the background. It might take a minute, but all you really need is the head and the neck. Okay, so as I'm almost finished erasing, I know some parts don't look perfect and they don't need to, because we can always go to the top left corner where my magic wand is, press that, and then go to retouch and then go to liquefy. And then liquefy is my favorite. It helps me move things around that I need to. So you see how this is kind of crooked? I could just like fix it a little bit. And mind you, none of this matters because it's all gonna get blurred anyway. So yeah, just make sure the face looks like a face with the shape. You can move it around any way you want. So after I'm done doing that, I will show you guys how I blur everything out. Once I like my head shape, I'm going to go to the top right corner to my layers, add a new layer, and then grab a color here on my blending brush. So then I'm going to fill the face with this color and then grab a darker shade and then fill the outside with it so that it's not all just one color. So then I'm going to go to the top left corner, back to my magic wand, go to blur, go to Gaussian blur, and then move it till it looks all blended out. Then I'm going to use this and then make it bigger, put it on the face like that. Then grab my erasing brush and then start erasing around the head shape. That's how I blur the entire face out, and then sometimes I add some shine to it so it doesn't look so dull, and then I can show you guys how I do that. I finally finished erasing the outside after I did the blur, so I'm going to go back to my layers on the top right corner, and then I can merge these down after I'm done changing the opacity to 100. So I'm going to go to the top left corner to my magic brush, go to effects, go to opacity, change it to 100. So there, it's definitely blurred out. That's just the basic mannequin. So I'm sure a lot of you guys can like get the gist of this pretty quick because it's not that hard. So then I can merge these two down, and then the chin shape looks a little square, so I'm going to go back to my magic wand, go to retouch, then go to liquefy, change the size, and then make the chin look more like a chin. So just make sure that you can move things around to look like how you would want them to look. That looks way better than before. And the neck looks kind of skinny, so then I can always liquefy it and like move it out more. Like that. And then grab my eraser and like fix any crooked parts. So after the mannequin is done, you can do the exact same for a side profile mannequin. So I'm going to move this over here. And then I'm going to go back to my wrench, insert a photo, and then here is the side profile one. This is my friend's avatar once again. That's the head. The head shape is different from the one on the right. To get started on this side profile mannequin, I'm going to do the exact same thing I did with the front facing one. I'm going to go to the top right to my layers, hide layer 1, and then start erasing around the head. And then after I change the head shape and I blur out everything, I will show you guys how I add some shine to the mannequins. Okay, just as I finished doing this side profile mannequin, I realized that I forgot the ear on or the ears on the other front facing mannequin. So you can obviously leave it like this if you have a wig and there's hair that covers the ears, that's fine. But I think I'm going to add some ears because just to do it. You can always erase the ears if you don't need them when you're placing wigs onto the mannequin heads. But now I'm going to finesse right now. I'm going to add a new layer. I'm going to go to the top left corner to the wrench, insert a photo, insert here. So I'm going to use these ears. I'm going to erase literally everything except for the ear. I have the ear now. Now I'm going to go back to the top right corner to my layers, click on layer 1 and then move these ears so that they can be even on both sides. I might have to move this layer underneath layer 1 so it's not like popping up. So here's before and after. I think it looks better like that. And the ear looks super long, so I'm going to change the size of it really quick. Like this. That looks so good. Okay, then use my eraser and erase this little part right here because it looks like it doesn't belong. So that looks really good. So then I'm going to go back to the top right corner to my layers, swipe right, duplicate it, and then click this. I'm going to move this image horizontally and then drag it all the way over so that they look even. I think that looks good. So now she has tiny little ears that I was missing in the last place. So then I can merge all of this stuff together and start showing you guys how I shine the skin. To start shining the skin, I'm going to add both of these to the picture so I can show you what I do for both. So I'm going to add this here to the side. Also, just something brief. You can change the colors of your mannequin if you want them to be darker or lighter. You just, okay, I'm on the front facing one. We're gonna focus on this one. You just go to the top left corner to the magic wand, then you can go to color adjustment and then hue, saturation, brightness. You can change, like if you want her more tan, darker, if you want it to be like a different color, just really whatever you want. But I'm just gonna keep this skin tone for now. Anyway, so I'm going to add a new layer and we're going to start shining the skin. So what I start doing is I grab my glitter spray paint right here. I'm going to go to skin shine and then grab a color that's right in the center of the face. And then I change the size and then I just start filling it around until I like the way it looks. So just do something like brief, not something too dramatic. So I'm going to blend this out too with the Gaussian blur. So I'm going to go back to the top left corner to the magic wand, go to blur, go to Gaussian blur, and then smudge that out. Then I can change it so I can get it to the middle or however I want it to be. Then that looks good. That looks super simple. Also, if you want it to be a little bit more dramatic, you can go back to the magic wand, go to effects, go to bloom, size, move it all the way to 0, and then you can move it around, make it super bright or like just a little bit like that, just whatever you want. So that's just basically what I do to shine this part, because I think that's really all that you need to do. So I'm going to do the same thing here for the side profile one. Add a new layer, grab my glitter spray paint pen, grab this color and then fill it a little bit, go back to blur, Gaussian blur, and then do the same exact thing here, change it around to how I like it. And then I can go back to bloom, go to size 0 and then move that around too, so it gives it a little bit of shine. So that's basically what I do for that. I might move this around a little bit more. This next part is optional, but I would recommend that you do it. I'm going to go back to the top right corner to my layers, add a new layer, and I'm going to start on this front facing mannequin. I usually draw with my inking pen with like a dark brown color, ear to ear. So then I'm going to hold down, and you can hold down on shapes when you draw stuff so that it can make it easier for you. And then I go back to the magic wand, retouch, liquefy, and just merge it around to how I like it. And I think when you do this, it looks way more detailed. And then I grab my eraser brush that's not too harsh and then erase these harsh edges. Then after I do that, I align the neck too, but I don't do this top part of the head because the wig is going to go on top of it, obviously. But if you do want to do it, it's totally up to you, but that's just not what I do, because for one, it's kind of wasting time because you don't see it whenever you put the wigs on, but you can always do it. So I'm going to do this with the neck on both sides, and then erase this part right here, and then I'm going to go back to my layers, swipe right, duplicate it, and then press this, flip it horizontally, and then add it right here so I don't have to redraw the line. And then I'm going to go back to layer 4 and then use my liquify and move this a little bit so it fills that empty spot. Liquify really helps with a lot of things. So then I'm going to do the exact same thing with this side profile mannequin. I'm going to trace and align everything. You can also trace and align the ears, but sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, but I can do it right now just to show you guys. This ear on the left is aligned, so I'm going to go back to my layers and then duplicate it and then flip it horizontally, drag it all the way over here so I don't have to redraw the line. And then as you can see right there, I don't really like the way that looks, so I'm going to use my liquify and move it just a bit so it can like blend in like that. Okay, looks way better than before. But mind you, you don't really have to spend too much time on it because people aren't really looking at the mannequin, they're looking at the wig or whatever you put on the mannequin. So anyways, I'm going to merge this stuff down and then drag this all the way to the front facing layer and merge everything together. So the front facing mannequin is complete. Now that I added a new layer for this side profile mannequin, I'm going to start tracing. Now both of the mannequins have been traced and they look super clean. I'm going to go back to my layers and merge everything down to the side profile one. So this is the completed mannequins. So I'm going to show you just really quick how you can add a mannequin to a photo, like a backdrop, and then I'll use an example wig and put it on top. So I went on Pinterest and I found this cute backdrop that I think would look good with these mannequins. So I'm going to go to the top left corner to the wrench, insert a photo, and this is the one that I found on Pinterest. I'm gonna go back to my layers, drag this behind both of these, and then I'll start with the front facing mannequin. So I'm going to hide this one and then I'm going to grab it and then like place it here. You can do whatever you want, change the size. There it is. I think that looks really clean. You can obviously like add some details under the neck, like add seashells because this looks like a beach backdrop. You can add like whatever you want. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys how this mannequin looks with a wig on. I'm going to go to the top left corner to the wrench, insert a photo, insert this wig that I have that I made from my kids collection, and just place it on top of the mannequin. You can obviously warp like the wig so that I can like get on there correctly. So I think that looks okay. It always depends. So I'm going to fix this, go under this layer 4, grab the color black because that's the color of this wig, go to my blending brush and then fill the back out with black. Like that. And then the scalp here, grab this color, fill it in so it looks natural. And then I know this doesn't look perfect because the mannequin was obviously different than this one, so I'm going to retouch, liquefy, move some stuff around so it can look a little bit better. So this is what this front facing mannequin looks like with the wig on. I think it looks really cute. So let's say I wanted the mannequin to be a different color. I'll just go to color adjustment, brightness, change it. Want her more tan, I want her a little darker. Looks really cute. Or lighter, whatever you want. So then we're going to hide these, and then we're going to work on this side profile one. I'm going to move this here and then use another wig that I've already created from my money wig collection. So I'm going to make this bigger, flip it to the other side, and add it here. Then go under the side profile one, grab the scalp color, fill it in, and then grab the color black and then fill it in here too. So now that this is done, this is how the side profile one looks with the wig on, and then here again, this is how the front facing one looks on. This is how the front facing and side profile mannequins look like with wigs on. I hope that this detailed video helped you guys learn how to make your own mannequins. If you do create some and you got some ideas from this video, please let me know. I'd love to check out your mannequin. Thank you guys for watching how to make front facing and side profile mannequins. You guys can also follow me on Instagram. This is where I make wigs, and you guys can see all of my work on there. You guys can also follow my main page, which is Pretty Upgrade. So thank you guys again. I hope that this video helped, and please message me with any questions that you have.